Wait, did Jungkook really just blow a kiss directly toward Taehyung? Flushed face purple heart. The moment happened so quickly, but somehow, it was enough to send TaeKook fans into absolute chaos. One tiny gesture, one playful expression, and suddenly fans were replaying the moment again and again, trying to figure out exactly what Jungkook was trying to communicate. Was it simply a playful interaction between two close friends? Was Jungkook teasing Taehyung, or was there something about the timing, the expression, and that unmistakable blown kiss that made the moment feel a little more special? Whatever the intention may have been, fans definitely noticed. Once the clip started circulating, the reactions came fast. Some fans immediately joked that Jungkook was being far too bold, while others couldn't stop talking about the way Taehyung appeared to react. For TaeKook supporters, it was exactly the kind of tiny interaction that can turn into a huge fandom discussion within minutes. So, what actually happened? Let's take a closer look at the moment that has everyone talking. The first thing that caught everyone's attention was Jungkook's gesture. A blown kiss can be interpreted in many different ways. Sometimes it is simply playful, sometimes it is a way of acknowledging someone, and sometimes, depending on the context, fans may see it as something much more meaningful. In this case, TaeKook fans immediately focused on who Jungkook appeared to direct the gesture toward. The timing was enough to make people pause and replay the scene, while Jungkook's expression, the movement, and the reaction around him all became part of the discussion. And that is exactly why moments like this become so interesting in the BTS fandom. Taehyung and Jungkook have shared countless memorable interactions throughout their years together as BTS members. Their friendship has often been highlighted through playful teasing, laughter, inside jokes, and small moments of affection. Because fans have followed their dynamic for so long, even a few seconds of interaction can attract enormous attention. But this particular moment had one detail that made it stand out: the kiss. When Jungkook appeared to blow a kiss, fans immediately started asking the same question: was that really meant for Taehyung? Flushed face purple heart. Of course, there is no way for fans watching a clip to know exactly what Jungkook was thinking unless he explains it himself. That is an important distinction because a playful gesture does not automatically prove romantic feelings, and fans can interpret the same moment in completely different ways. Still, that did not stop the internet from going wild. Some fans reacted with messages like, "Jungkook, what are you doing?" while others joked that he had completely forgotten that millions of people were watching. The more fans replayed the moment, the more details they thought they noticed. And then there was Taehyung. Whenever Jungkook and Taehyung share an unexpected interaction, fans naturally pay close attention to Taehyung's reaction. Did he smile? Did he look surprised? Did he react immediately? Did he seem amused by Jungkook's behavior? Those tiny reactions are often what make TaeKook moments so entertaining for fans. The interesting thing about this moment is that Jungkook didn't need to say anything. There was no long speech, no dramatic announcement, and no obvious explanation. It was simply a quick gesture that fans interpreted in countless different ways. And sometimes, those are the moments that create the biggest reactions. Imagine watching the scene casually for the first time. You might see Jungkook, notice the gesture, smile, and move on. But once someone points out that the kiss appeared to be directed toward Taehyung, suddenly you start watching the clip differently. Was Jungkook looking in Taehyung's direction? Was Taehyung watching him? Did Jungkook smile immediately afterward? Was there a reaction from Taehyung? These are the questions fans started asking, and naturally, the replay button became everyone's best friend. Loudly crying face purple heart. One of the reasons TaeKook content receives so much attention is because fans love analyzing subtle interactions. A glance can become a discussion, a laugh can become a meme, a playful tease can become a viral clip, and a blown kiss can become an entire fandom event. But there is another side to the conversation. While some fans interpret the moment romantically, others believe it is simply Jungkook being playful. BTS members have always shown affection and familiarity with one another, and gestures like blowing a kiss can happen in a fun or friendly context. That means viewers should be careful about treating fan interpretations as confirmed facts. Saying that fans think Jungkook looked in love is very different from saying that Jungkook has publicly confirmed romantic feelings for Taehyung. There is a huge difference between the two. And that distinction actually makes the moment more interesting. Rather than claiming to know exactly what Jungkook meant, we can focus on why fans reacted so strongly in the first place. The answer is simple: chemistry. Whether fans interpret their relationship as friendship, brotherhood, or something more, Jungkook and Taehyung clearly have a dynamic that people find fascinating. Their personalities can create funny situations, unexpected reactions, and memorable moments. Jungkook is known for being playful, while Taehyung often has his own unpredictable reactions. Put those two personalities together, and even an ordinary moment can become something fans want to replay. That is exactly what happened here. The blown kiss became the center of attention, but the real story is how quickly fans connected the gesture with their long history of interactions. For TaeKook fans, this wasn't simply about a kiss. It was about the context, the timing, Jungkook's expression, Taehyung's reaction, and most importantly, that familiar feeling fans get when they see two members sharing a spontaneous moment. Some fans even jokingly described Jungkook as being too obvious, while others said the gesture looked like something straight out of a romantic movie. Of course, those comments are fan reactions rather than evidence of anything private or confirmed. But that is part of what makes fandom culture so entertaining. A 2-second moment can inspire thousands of comments, theories, edits, memes, and reaction videos. Once the clip starts spreading, people who missed the original moment suddenly want to know what happened. That brings us to the biggest question of all. Was Jungkook actually trying to send a message to Taehyung? Honestly, only Jungkook knows what was going through his mind at that exact moment. Maybe it was simply a playful blown kiss. Maybe it was an affectionate gesture between close friends. Maybe Jungkook was teasing Taehyung. Or maybe the moment had a meaning that only the two of them understood. We simply don't know, and that uncertainty is exactly why fans continue discussing it. Instead of focusing only on the idea that Jungkook is in love, it can be more interesting to appreciate the moment for what we can actually see, a playful interaction that fans found incredibly memorable. After all, BTS fans have spent years watching the members grow together. Their friendships have been documented through concerts, live streams, behind-the-scenes footage, interviews, travel moments, and countless casual interactions. That history gives every small moment additional context. And when Jungkook does something unexpectedly affectionate toward Taehyung, fans naturally pay attention. The reaction from the fandom also shows just how powerful short-form moments can be in the age of social media. A clip that lasts only a few seconds can suddenly appear everywhere. Fans can slow it down, replay it, edit it, add captions, and share their interpretations. Before long, one tiny gesture becomes one of the biggest TaeKook conversations of the day, and this moment definitely had that energy. The most fascinating part is that Jungkook didn't appear to make a huge dramatic statement. He simply made a small gesture, and fans did the rest. That is why the title, Jungkook just blew a kiss to Taehyung, immediately grabs attention. Sometimes the smallest gestures create the biggest questions. Was it playful? Was it affectionate? Was it intentional? Was Jungkook simply having fun? Or did he know exactly how fans would react? We may never get a definitive answer, but one thing is undeniable. TaeKook fans noticed, and they are not letting this moment disappear anytime soon. Flushed face purple heart. What makes the whole situation even more entertaining is how differently fans interpret the same interaction. One person sees a harmless joke, another sees a sweet friendship moment, someone else sees incredible chemistry, and TaeKook shippers may look at the exact same gesture and immediately start screaming. That doesn't necessarily mean everyone has to agree. Fandom is full of different perspectives, and people can enjoy moments in different ways without turning speculation into fact. So if you are watching the clip and thinking, wait, did Jungkook really just blow a kiss at Taehyung? You're definitely not alone. That is exactly the question that has been making fans hit replay. And if Taehyung noticed the gesture, his reaction becomes an entirely separate mystery. Sometimes the reaction after the moment tells us more about why fans found it interesting than the gesture itself. Did Taehyung laugh? Did he look surprised? Did he simply continue as if nothing happened? Those details are what fans will probably keep analyzing, and that is the beauty of these little BTS moments. They don't always need a huge explanation. Sometimes the fun comes from watching, noticing the details, and sharing the excitement with other fans. Whether you see Jungkook's blown kiss as pure playfulness, friendship, affection, or simply another funny TaeKook moment, it certainly created a reaction. And that reaction is what turned a tiny gesture into a headline. So now we have to ask one final question. Was Jungkook really in love with Taehyung? We can't confirm that from one gesture, and we shouldn't pretend that we can. What we can say is that fans saw something they found incredibly cute, unexpected, and memorable. Maybe Jungkook was simply being Jungkook. Maybe he was teasing Taehyung. Maybe it was just a friendly gesture. Or maybe, as TaeKook fans love to joke, Jungkook really was being a little too obvious. Loudly crying face purple heart. Whatever your interpretation, there is no denying that this moment gave fans another reason to smile. And if you thought the blown kiss was cute, just imagine how many more tiny interactions fans are going to discover once they start rewatching the footage frame by frame. Because with BTS, sometimes the biggest fandom moments come from the smallest details. So, what do you think? Was Jungkook simply being playful, or did that blown kiss toward Taehyung feel a little more personal? Eyes purple heart. Do you think fans are reading too much into the moment, or was there something about Jungkook's expression that made you hit replay? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, because this is definitely one of those moments where everyone seems to have a different interpretation. And if you enjoyed this TaeKook update, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next BTS and TaeKook moment. There are always unexpected interactions, funny reactions, and tiny details that fans can't stop talking about. Until the next video, stay tuned, stay respectful, and keep supporting BTS and all 7 members. Purple heart. And remember, sometimes one tiny blown kiss is all it takes to make the entire fandom hit replay. Flushed face kiss mark purple heart.